So welcome to this yoga flow for the full moon. So in this practice, we're really going to welcome in that warrior energy of Aries, but also welcoming in that loving energy of Libra, which the full moon is in. So we're going to start seated, and I just want you to begin to drop into your body and your breath. So really feeling yourself connected to the earth and starting to take those nice, long, conscious, deep breaths in and out. And drawing the palms of the hands in front of your heart space, connecting to your heart, checking in with how your heart is feeling today. Connecting to that love you have for yourself and for others. Take a big breath in, exhale out the mouth, and then begin to roll the shoulders, take the neck from side to side. And we're going to start moving just gently with the arms. So inhaling, taking the arms above the head, palms meeting. Exhale as you draw your palms to heart center. So inhaling as the arms come up above the head, gathering that earth energy up into the palms of your hands, taking that earth energy down to your heart. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart space. Then taking the hands above the head, exhaling, tipping over to one side and coming into a nice side body stretch, lengthening to the side of your waist. Taking that over to the other side when you're ready. And then we're going to alternate between the two sides. As you inhale, sweeping the arm across the front of the body. As you exhale, find that side stretch. Inhale, sweeping across, exhale, finding length. Really just enjoying this movement, like a little bit of dance feeling to it. And finding your way back to center. And coming up onto the hands and the knees. If you need any padding for underneath the knees, bringing a blanket for padding underneath the kneecaps. And we'll just take some cat-cows. So these are really nice stretches for the spine. As you inhale, arching your back, looking forward, and as you exhale, drawing belly into spine, pressing the back of the heart up to the ceiling. So take a few rounds at your own pace. Inhaling as you look forward, and then exhaling as you round the back. And then taking yourself back into Virabhadrasana Child's Pose, so hips back to heels, long spine, breathing into the back of your heart. And if it feels nice for you to do this, you can have a little bit of a move here. You can sway from side to side, you can wave the spine a few times, so just moving intuitively. So the full moon in Libra has this real sense of like sensuality, really feeling connected to our bodies, moving in a way that it feels nice to move. And once you've had some time there, coming up into Anahata Asana, heart chakra pose. So coming up onto the knees, releasing your heart space towards the floor. And really focusing on letting go of all that no longer serves you, anything heavy from your heart space. Exhaling, letting it out. And then finding your way down onto your belly, coming into Sphinx Pose, forearms to the mat, long spine, shoulders away from the ears, looking down at the floor to keep the neck long. And then again, bringing that dance element here, coming into a little freestyle movement, taking the hands off the mat and swaying from side to side. Taking a few breaths doing that, and then eventually coming up into Cobra, opening your heart space. Shifting the hips back. And again, if you need that support under the knees, taking a blanket under the knees, we step the right leg forward and let your left knee release to the earth. Checking right knee is above right ankle, and when you're ready, palms of the hands into heart space, coming into low lunge. Allowing the fingers then to separate out into Padma Mudra, Lotus Mudra, the mudra of your heart space. And then taking that mudra up to the sky. Imagine drinking in the full moon energy into the palms of your hands, and then gathering that energy back to your heart space. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands to the mat. Take that right leg back. And changing sides, so left leg forward, right knee down. Finding your way into low lunge, making sure pelvis is in neutral, palms into Lotus Mudra. So letting the heels of the hands stay together, open the fingers out. And then taking that mudra up to the sky. Again, imagining you're drawing that full moon energy into your hands. And taking that down to heart space, imagining it refilling the energy at your heart chakra. Big inhale. And then exhale. Transitioning from this into stepping to the top of the mat. Taking the feet to hip width, grabbing either elbow in ragdoll and having a little sway from side to side. Try and get really liquidy in the upper body. Keep the knees soft, the feet earthed, and have a nice little freestyle before you slowly begin to roll yourself up to standing. Finding Tadasana, mountain pose. So again, focusing on that connection to the earth. Rooting down through the soles of your feet. Shoulders away from the ears, heart space open. Just moving any props, anything that's in the way now, coming back to the top of your mat. This time we're going to bring the palms of the hands together in front of the heart space, palms faced up. And I want you to think of all the things that you want to release and let go of at this full moon. All the things no longer serving you. And we're going to take a nice big breath in together, and as we exhale, we're going to throw all those things out, releasing them, and then finding your way into a forward fold, bowing to the earth. Once down there, again, floaty movements from side to side, and then we'll step back on the left leg. This time coming into a high lunge. So the knee is off the mat if that's okay. You can always use a chair underneath that right thigh. Coming back to Lotus Mudra with the hands, raising that Lotus Mudra to the sky, and again drinking in that moon energy. From there, flowing down, take the hands to the mat, stepping back into a really gentle downward facing dog. Pedaling the legs. Breathing deeply. Bringing the knees down, finding your way back into heart chakra pose. And again, in this pose, focusing on what you want to let go of in your heart space. And flowing down into your wavy Bhujangasana Cobra pose, swaying from side to side, and then finding your way into Cobra, opening the chest as much as feels available to you. And then working your way back, Balasana. Child's pose. Connect with your breath. Coming back into downward facing dog. Looking forward. Stepping the left foot to the top of the mat as best you can. Finding your way into your high lunge. Once there, palms together, and then opening the fingers out into your Lotus Mudra. So this mudra balances or draws energy, prana, back into the heart space. So again, as you raise your hands, drinking in that moon energy and then drawing it back down into your heart space. Bowing to the earth. Looking forward, stepping the feet to the top of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Deep breaths. And then rooting into the earth to draw yourself all the way up. Finding your way back into Tadasana. You can keep the arms raised a little bit longer above the head if that feels okay. Again, drawing that moon energy down into the body and then bringing palms of the hands to heart space. Okay, from here, stepping the feet wide, keeping the palms of the hands together and finding your way into temple pose or goddess pose. So kneecaps and toes facing the same way. Have a sway for a few breaths and then finding center. It's a little bit of a stronger pose, quite a nice one to open the hips. And really connecting here with your strength. We're then going to turn so that you've got your left leg bent, your right leg long. I want you to open the arms out into Virabhadrasana Warrior Two. So rooting down into the soles of the feet. As you inhale, I want you to bend the knees, draw the arms down to the earth, and then as you reach up, bring the arms above the head. As you exhale, press the arms out. So we're inhaling, gathering the energy from the earth. Exhale, pressing the breath away. So inhale, gathering new energy, and then exhale, pressing all that no longer serves away. And then finding Warrior Two, holding for a moment. And then we're going to inhale, palms in front of the heart. Exhale, take the palms away. So again, drawing what you want to welcome in into your heart. Exhaling what you want to let go of. Inhale to heart space. And then exhale, opening out. Nice long arms. And reversing our warrior now, coming into peaceful warrior. Taking the arm, left arm above you, right arm draped onto right leg. And then finding your way back into goddess pose. Have a little sway from side to side and then find your goddess pose. Maybe go a little lower than you did before if that feels okay. And then turning the feet the other way. So right knee bends, left leg long, floating the arms up, Virabhadrasana Warrior Two. As you inhale, bend the knees. As you exhale, press the breath away. So inhale, scoop the breath from the earth, reach up above the head. Exhale, press the breath away. Inhale, drawing all those new things into your life. Exhale, pressing away all that no longer serves. Holding in Warrior Two and then palms to heart space. Inhale, exhale to open out. Inhale, drawing in energy to your heart. Exhale to open out. Last one. Reverse warrior. So taking that nice little offering of the heart space, opening through the rib cage. And then once again, goddess pose. Have a little sway till you find that pose, and then we're going to reach up on an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to wave the palms of our hands down to the earth. We're going to inhale to reach up, exhale to wave down. So again, enjoying this expression of dance in the body, this movement. The body normally really enjoys this at full moon times. Eventually finding your way down into a wide-legged forward fold. So stretching into the back of the legs, keeping the spine long, shoulders away from the ears. Nice deep breaths here. And then drawing the feet, so wriggling the feet back in. And if it's okay to do this, coming down into Malasana yoga squat. So some people find this is too much. So you can see I'm giving you an option here to have blocks. Or you can use a yoga bolster or cushions if you'd rather be sat on something. It just gives you a bit more support. And I really want you to focus on earthing here. So this is a root chakra pose. It's really good for grounding us perfect at full moon times when our energy is all over the place. So you can almost imagine tree roots from the base of your body connecting you to the earth. And again, breathe deep. And then coming up and out of that, shifting yourself up to your back in that forward fold. And then we'll step back into down dog and just give your legs a little pedal out. You can give the head a little shake if you want to. And then knees to the earth. Find your way down into Virabhadrasana once again, child's pose. Breathing into the back of your heart. Creating space and softness in your heart. Okay, from there we're going to come up into pigeon pose, so a hip release. Right knee is going to go to the outside of your mat if this is okay on your knees. Use any padding that you might need. We're going to stay up onto the fingertips and just really focus on breathing into your hips. Clearing out any emotional stuff that we may have been storing in the hips. If you're okay to have a go at this, if you really draw the low belly in and up, you may be able to get the palms of the hands together. A little moment of strength there. And then making your way back. Child's pose. Breathing into the hips. Okay, pigeon on the other side, left knee to outside of mat, right leg lengthens. Using any extra padding, and then breathing into those hips, releasing anything that no longer serves us, all that old energy in the hips. And again, you may be able to bring the palms together. I can only do one palm on this side because my hips are so tight. So breathe where you are. And then from there, taking yourself back, again, just a couple of breaths in child's pose. Taking right arm over to the side as you sit up and kneeling, left arm up and over. Just take a couple of breaths on each side, lengthening through your side body, and then coming back to center. Here we're going to play around with raising up onto the knees, taking the arms across the body like you're peeling all the layers of yourself that are no longer needed. Almost like we would take off a winter jumper. So feeling into that, releasing the old, and then coming from there into a seated position just for a breath or two. Again, regrounding yourself, feeling that connection to Mother Earth. And then we're going to come down onto our backs, hugging the knees in. Have a nice little rock from side to side. And then you may want to pause the video, just getting whatever you need for Shavasana. So if you need a blanket, if you want a pillow behind the knees, whatever is going to make this nicer for you. And then coming down for final resting pose. So taking a big breath in through the nose and an exhale out the mouth. And just let yourself completely melt into the earth beneath you. So letting go of any sense of doing as we shift into the state of being. And letting the energy of our movement practice, this flowing practice, really sink into the body. And then we're going to place one hand to heart space, one hand to belly. And I just want you to think about these two energy centers. So the love that we have for ourselves, thinking of that at your belly, and the love that we have to give to others, thinking of that at being at your heart space. And as I spoke about in the full moon talk, really, ideally, we are bringing these two into balance. So we are making sure that we are filled up, we are nourished, we are well. in order to be able to give to the people in our life. And sometimes that might mean doing a little bit less in order to be a little bit more. Or taking that little bit of extra time for self-care, for nourishment, in order to be able to care for the people that we love. So let's just take a couple of extra breaths, a little bit deeper, breathing into your belly and your heart space. And then I want to finish with one of my favorite quotes here, which is, "You yourself, as much as every other living being in the universe, deserves your love and affection." You yourself, as much as every other living being in this universe, are deserving of your love and affection. So let's breathe into that. And then when you are ready, drawing the knees into towards the chest, have a little rock again from side to side. And then take your time to come up to a seated position. Find a long spine. Feel that connection through the sit bones into the earth, lifting up through the crown of your head. And just let's take a few more breaths here. So I really hope you've enjoyed this full moon yoga practice. You can do this as many times as you want. It's only short so that it's easy for you to fit in to your day or your evenings. But as I said, the body loves to move at full moon time. It kind of gets rid of that excess energy. Okay, so happy full moon. Namaste.